magnificent morning, awesome afternoon, and wonderful evening. This is Carla from Rehan Allahwala's World of Connections. And I am here to speak with Adnan Zaidi. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He can correct it in a moment. He lives in Pakistan, and we're going to understand what he does for work, his passions, and maybe a little about his life. Having said that, I want to remind you that this show, like all of my shows, is sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an online organization promoting peace, one conversation at a time. Adnan, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Carla, for inviting me for such a nice platform. And uh, thanks again. Let me start with my introduction. I have completed my software engineering in year 2000, and after the 20 years of experience and completing my master's in computer science, I started my PhD in artificial intelligence. I just can say that I have transformed my software engineering exposure into the artificial intelligence domain. Right now, with my prior experience in different domains, I'm currently doing PhD, and uh, in the parallel, I'm also running my own company, which is totally based on artificial intelligence infrastructure, which is more about something more about than a software house or tech companies, right? During the past 20 years, I spent a lot of time with the software houses in multiple software engineering and software development exposures. And once we got a major experiences in specific domain, we move towards the research and development. The most prominent area in which I have served is about media management, multimedia management, as well as some media processing. Right, I started my career with computer vision, and then I started moving towards the recording of television channels. And from television channels, extracted some information of commercial advertisement, TV advertisement, and then we built a huge database in Pakistan. Right now, we are recording 100 television channels in live broadcast with the multiple streams of the processing. So once we record the TV channel, we started its to be extracted with its image processing, and then we filter out how many commercials has been aired in a day. Later on, we connected the same media process with the TV rating systems, right? Beside this exposure and this experience of software development and research all around, what I noticed that the technology has a major trend, the changeover towards artificial intelligence. Now we can identify the people with their faces through the facial recognition. We can even recognize the speeches, voices, and we can transform their conversations and lots of things I have noticed. And then I transformed my media industry, my media exposure towards the new domain, which is artificial intelligence, right? So while talking for the artificial intelligence, if we start with the basics, so it is a very interesting topic, and it started with transforming the human intelligence into the machine intelligence, right? And then whatever the human being can perform through the vision, through the listening, through the speaking, or different senses, artificial intelligence transform these things into the computer machines. Through machines can start the behaving like humans, right? In the artificial intelligence, I noticed that the domain started more research and more domain exploration, which is called machine learning. Then I selected the area of machine learning with machine vision and machine processing. The machine learning has its own mechanism for training the machines with the data, same like humans. When we started our schools, We started learning from our school life. It's a whole learning process. Every day we learn the same data, we process the data, and then we start evaluating ourselves that now we can understand these are the alphabets, these are some characters, these are some images, pictures, and we start recognizing. So the people call us now you are intelligent, right? So from the machine learning perspective, the machine learning life cycle, we built the various algorithms, the various solutions, which trend or which start moving the computer system to keep understanding the real world problems, the real world pictures. Then computers started recognizing the people, animals, and fruits and vegetables. So in this domain, moving onward, if we talk about that, artificial intelligence has the subdomain of machine learning, and then machine learning has its another domain which is called deep learning, right? The machine learning has its very predefined class or predefined subset of deep learning, which contains the neural networks, right? So if I talk about what is a neural network, it is more like the human brain. Once we start building the neural networks, once we create the neurons, it starts working or functioning like the human brain. So the deep learning is another important aspect of machine learning. So my core area, my core domain has become now deep learning. Now I'm myself claiming myself that I'm a deep learning expert. I'm deep learning researcher, and I have changed my domain from software engineering to artificial intelligence with deep learning. Currently, I'm teaching the same courses in multiple universities here in Pakistan. I'm also building the awareness. I'm building the community of AIs, and I'm trying to cover up some gap, which is like some educational gap between the Pakistan and some international communities. So I started joining the people outside the Pakistan and bringing them to share their knowledges, to share their information among the Pakistani students. So I built many multiple communities. Like I'm representing the deeplearning.ai in Pakistan, which is an important organization and actively building the training courses and certificates on Coursera. And then I moved towards another option, which is like Global AI Hub, and I started the Pakistan chapter in the Global AI Hub, which is Swedish company. And then I prominently I am representing the NVIDIA in Pakistan as well as Kaggle. These are some big organizations. They are building the better communities across the world. Recently, I joined WIDS, which is the Stanford University's project Women in Data Science, because I started my communities to build in data science and AI. And I noticed in Pakistan, the number of women is very low, right? So I also started engaging the female and women candidates in AI communities as well as in data science, which is one of the world-class top program, WITS, Women in Data Science. Similarly, there's another program which is called WAI, Women in AI. So, because of maintaining the gender equality, I already established the AI community. So I started managing the balance of women's and men's here in Pakistan. Not only this, these communities, I also started some of my activities in building the corporate sector. Like we have Pakistan Software Association. So I started the AI community there. And I also started working with one of the most important part in Pakistan, which is more focused on AI is through the corporate events. So I started building some small webinar seminars and then group up them together to build the AI summit in Pakistan. So I am the founder, I'm the person who launched AI Summit Pakistan, and we are consecutively holding a great conferences in Islamabad every year, which is our annual event. So in short, what I can brief myself that I started the passion of artificial intelligence, data science, and trying to build my local community to get engaged with it through my local sessions, teachings, as well as conferences. And I'm also running my own company, which is Proxima PK. And at the end, after all, I have to do some business as well in the development. I have to prove myself that we can do something for our country. We can employ some AI engineers. So I started my company not as a software house, but an AI company, which is more focused towards artificial intelligence development. So I spared my the whole day, I spared my whole week and the month or the year with all these different activities, like some managing some yearly events, some weekly and monthly, and obviously some daily events from my whole lifetime. Right. I used to be a teacher in past 20 years, and I taught different skills and different programming courses around 15 years back. Whatever I have, the count of my students is more than 50,000 in Pakistan, right? And some of them are luckily teaching in the universities at the professor level, at the research doctors, and lots of them are already my students. Although I started my PhD late, but my students are already have done their doctorate degrees. So I'm trying to what I'm trying to do is to create a better world, to share the knowledge with the people, and to reduce the gap which has been created with some international researches, international technology trends, and trying to create the more better Pakistani people to get better impression, to learn from them, and to experiment with them. So it's a big journey, and I think I'm a little bit more successful because when I feel that some from the rural areas in Pakistan is starting getting some competitions and getting some rewards out of them, so that is my success, right? If I can say that I'm representing Kaggle in Pakistan. Kaggle is also one of the world largest data science platform, and I'm official ambassador here. So Kaggle itself is a Google company. So Kaggle is the world best platform for the people to get learning, to build the community, and to get the intelligent competition across the world. So Kaggle is also my passion as well as the other activities, right? So that's a little bit about myself. And if you want to know more or you want to ask something, then please go ahead. Yes,
Yeah,
Carla.
when you say artificial intelligence, what does that actually mean? Can you explain that to me? And for people who may not understand what artificial intelligence is.
Uh, what order of, sorry, can you repeat it, my pardon?
What is meant by the term artificial intelligence?
Okay. Wait, to artificial intelligence is the mapping of human intelligence, the natural intelligence that a human being has. It has the mapping of the same intelligence to the machines, right? So machine can have some cognitive power. Machine can start learning themselves. In the same way, like if we start teaching a kid or a children, A for apple, B for banana, and this is one, this is two. So the kids has to memorize the symbols. It has to create some perceptions out of it. So artificial intelligence is building the same kind of brain in machines, right? So computer can start learning. Computer can do the things like humans can perform. In the same way, as I said, it has the neural networks. The human brain is functionally on the basis of neurons. Like we have billions of neurons in a human brain. So the machines can start building their network of neurons. So that create an intelligence in machine as well, right? In a very short form, like if I say I recognize you by your face that this is Miss Carla, right? This is my intelligence, the human intelligence. But at the same time, computer can understand by your face and it can recognize that this is the Miss Carla and it can identify any person. Okay.
How does the computer, because I have Face ID on my phone, I don't understand how the computer can recognize me and know that it's me every time I open my phone.
Hmm.
Can you?
Yeah, yeah, it's basically based on the computer vision. The computer vision technology goes into the depth of the pixels and it can identify your hairstyle, the face, the lips, and everything, whatever is the face features. Currently, we have seen like 340 points on the face, like in the computer vision, 340 identical points they identify on the face, and it recognizes that yes, this is the right person, or this is this identical person. So face recognition is again same like biometric recognition. It's once we have put our thumb impression and we have identical our thumb symbols, so the face is also in the same way we can use it.
I don't understand. And
Mhm.
correct me, I feel very stupid asking this question, but I believe there's no stupid question. How
Mhm.
does the computer know my face? How? It boggles my mind.
Yeah, that actually requires some data. Once we train the computer, once we train the thousand of faces to the computer, then it can start differentiating the different people. Like the computer can identify my face in different way, in the same at the same time your face in the different way. So we provide the data, right? Once we meet with in the real life, once we meet with the person, we differentiate a person with another person by some features of the face, by some angles, by the representation, color, and lots of things. So the human can identify the people faces. In the same way the computer start identifying the different people. So if the people are having the similar faces but with some minor feature difference, so computer has a big calculation behind that, right? So as I said, that biometric like thumb impression, we have some thumb impression identical values and computer can recognize it. Similarly, the faces are, most of them are identical, except some twin people cases, but most of the people are identical, and computer can recognize that there are 10 people living in this room, and they have to open the door or not to open the door. They will provide accessibility in your building, in your area, or and you have seen a lots of different application in the crime as well, right? So people started creating the sketches of human, and now the cameras are doing the same in digital way, and they are providing the real picture of the criminals. And now the people started hiding their faces through the mask, through some obstacles, glasses, and lots of other things to avoid them to get captured, to avoid them to be get recognized in front of camera. You know.
Could we say, and this is, I'm going into more of a science fiction thought, that our brain is actually a computer that was made by another computer and we really are not what we think we are?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. It could be near in future that we as today we have started generating the fake faces, fake videos, fake identities, right? Artificial intelligence is creating the multiple faces. In the same way, AI is generating the audio as well. So once we are on the Zoom, you can see it's a real person. I'm Adnan Zaidi and you are the real person. But in the future, it could be like artificial persons will be talking with each other. So they could not have the schedule problem. They might not have some other issues. So anytime uh, one copier, one cloning of Adnan Zaidi will be talking with the same thought process, whatever in my brain, with your brain, uh, irrespective of time domain, irrespective of spaces. So I think in the future, this could be like some fiction oriented or some sort of. As today we are using Teams, right? If we talk about 20 years back, we cannot use Zoom, Teams, and all these stuffs. But after 20s, if we talk about 2040s, so the people are will be not realistically there, but they're intelligent agents. I hope you got the idea, right?
I got the idea, and that's a little scary if you think about it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if
actually,
we're always communicating using
hmm,
a computer, what
yeah, most
happened
of the time.
to what will happen to humanity?
Exactly. That's a big question. Uh, the artificial intelligence is actually talking about creativity of humanity. AI says that do not engage the humans like machines. If something we can do with the machines, then why engaging the humans? Like if we talk about a driver who is spending his whole 60 years in driving a truck, so why we are wasting the human intelligence by making a human to perform like behave like a machine? So there was a dark age, if you call it, the people are just becoming machines. People are doing lots of work which machines can do it easily. So what would be the use of humanity? It is more important question that humanity will create some more rules, will be more civilized once we are free from all unnecessary stuffs, right? If we says that we spend 10 years in driving a car, then we have to utilize that 10 years into more creative way. Before the life ends, we might be producing more creativity. We might be delivering the more research to the upcoming generations. So AI focusing to utilize the humans towards the more creativity. Humans should be producing much more research, uh, as that computer cannot do that, right?
I would think that's true, but from what you're saying, it seems like we are not human anymore. We're actually a computer. And
Yeah,
what we're
exactly.
doing right now, this
Now,
communication, is not human at all. And that's kind of scary.
mm, like if we talk about avatars, if we talk about the chatbots, the conversational AI, now the kids, now my childrens are talking with my phone. They are just searching the Google, they're like using Alexa, Bixby, and lots of different voice tools. They are talking with mobiles. They're not talking with their teachers. They're not talking with the other. So the info way of information that we have adopted was very slow. What was not very fruitful. But in future, it could be in some new form. It will be more improved, and maybe the humanity could perform some new magics that had never happened in the past, right? And if you talk about like video, faces, and all these multimedia, I think they have some data rights. They have some qualities. Like today, I have my grandfather picture, my mother picture to keep remember them, right? So the camera helped us to bring their picture in our life. After their death, we can see them, and after the picture, we can transform that picture into the motion picture. And now after some time, we can see our family members which are not around us, but we can watch their videos, we can play out, and we can even feel them that they are there in our life. And the next stage is more about that we will start conversating with them, right? We can talk with them. So there could be some data which has been stored at some place, And if the person has gone or not available in your area, so you can start talking with them, right? uh, in short, if I say that I will create my avatar, whatever I am thinking, whatever I'm speaking, my face, my sound, so all that can be transformed through video towards you. You can ask with me, I can answer with you. You have heard about like chatbots,
Oh,
conversational AI.
yeah.
Yep. So that will also get better extent. Now the people will keep remembering the old ages. Now people can talk with their parents even after their deaths, right?
It's scary.
It's scary. It's another scary story.
But
So I don't think that it's more scary, because when we were not using the mobile phones, when there was no computer at all, so we cannot imagine that Adnan Zaidi from Pakistan will make a webinar with Miss Carla in USA. That was scary 20 years back. We cannot imagine this technology, right? But today we are very used to we are using the same technology at every hour, and even we don't have enough time to schedule our meetings. But if we have such AI tools, we might be delivering the same content at the same time with the multiple people. Okay.
it's okay and it's not okay. It's
Okay.
like The Matrix or all these science fiction movies could actually be real.
Yeah, that's possible, because it's not could be not a real form, but virtually it will exist. If we talk about meta world, right? We were using 2D web pages to browse the information. We were shopping on different online stores, different platforms. But now today we can go into a virtual shopping mall. We can enter into the building which do not exist even. We are moving into the multiple shops for feeling the objects, and we feel that we are in the real environment, but it will remain virtual, right?
And that to me, although I know it's becoming a reality, it's a very scary reality. I ordered something from Amazon. And even before I got a call from the front desk to say it arrived, there
Yeah.
was a notification on my Alexa. I asked Alexa, what's up? Alexa
Mm,
said, you have received something from Amazon. Alexa knew before anyone else.
yeah, yeah, that's
Alexa, don't talk. Go on.
so by saving this time, by reducing the complexities in the previous we have created in our older system, we might be more creative, right? Once we save our time, we might start learning much better as compared to last 100 years we spent in different engineering fields and different kind of businesses. Or maybe the mankind could become much more better, and that will improve the human lifestyle, the health, and the learning as well. So I hope if we are free from such kind of businesses and such kind of machine processes, we may be more creative. Like we are not using our brain perfectly. We are not using 100% of our brains, right? So if we have time and if we have flexibility, then we might be more creative in future.
Very true.
Yeah.
But who is
So
actually creating artificial intelligence? Is it the human that I'm talking to right now? Or is it a force beyond that human?
yeah, it could it. I'm not sure that could be beyond the human because of creativity. Like human has the control of the whole world. Human has created lots of things to because the most important thing, uh, whatever the human intelligence we have, we can transform a limited human intelligence to the computer. And if the human can go towards the higher level and they have the more intelligence than the machines, so that could be a better way. So humans can beat the machines always, right?
So you think that humans are actually smarter than the machine, but the machines are constantly learning. Isn't
Yeah,
it
because
possible that the machine can surpass our knowledge?
it will remain the same process. Machines will
Mhm.
continually dependent on the human, because human will create another world, human will create some more new objects, new things in their life, right? So machines has to retrain on that structure as well.
Okay. What made you decide you wanted to study artificial intelligence?
Mm, that's more about the data size we have. Like in the past, I mentioned where we have the 100 TV channels recording. That's a huge terabytes data, and we want to know what they are, how many people are there in 100 TV channels, how they are speaking, what are their words. Actually, what I can say, that encouraged me to start making some logics which can transform their languages. It is more about speech to text conversation, conversational AI, and how to get the data out of the 200 hours recording, right? Whatever we are talking with each other, right? Miss Carla and Adnan Zaidi have some conversation. Why we cannot transform that conversation into the text document? Why we cannot search our videos through the text? So that YouTube has already done, Netflix you have already done. So I started my own data to start training, converting the same local languages into the document languages. So that made me passionate about AI, right?
Yeah, there's a lot to contemplate here.
Yeah.
And I know it's very late in Pakistan, so I don't want to keep you much longer. Is there anything you want our audience to know more about you?
um for myself, um I'm more passionate in building some new AI solutions as well. I'm collaborating with the different research departments here in multiple universities. So if anyone has any kind of problem that could might be related with AI or not with AI, so I can talk with them. I can provide some my knowledge and share the information, how the systems can be built, how they can manage, operate all these kinds of systems. So the audience can consider me as a mentor or anything they want to ask with me. So feel free to contact with me as shared contacts and whatever on this platform.
Very nice. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Mm, Also, I would like to get some help from the people outside the Pakistan to help me to connect with the relevant people. If someone is in the same domain, please do connect me to build a better community here in my country, right? So that help could be a very fruitful for me to bring some new talents to new people for the future as well.
Okay. Thank you so much for talking to me. I want to
Same.
thank the Institute of Peace for sponsoring this conversation. And we are going to close now. hoping that the world will be more interested in what artificial intelligence has to offer us. Can we wave goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Don't go anywhere.
Goodbye.